सेवया उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी तदा रजस्तमो भाव कामलोभादयश्चेतैरनाभिद्धं हितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति तदा शुचस्ते प्रव्रजामि भद्रे यद्ब्रह्मबन्धो शिराततायिना गाण्डीव मुक्तैर्विशिखैरुपारे स्वाक्रम्य यस्नास्यति दग्धपुत्रा तदा शुचस्ते प्रव्रजामि भद्रे यद्ब्रह्मबन्धो शिराततायिना गाण्डीव मुक्तैर्विशिखैरुपारे स्वाक्रम्य यस्नास्यति दग्धपुत्रा Tata, at that time only, Shuchaha, tears in grief, they, your Pramrujami, shall wipe away. Bhadre, or gentle lady, Yat, when Brahmabandho of a degraded Brahmana, Shira, head, Atatainaha of the aggressor, Gandiva Muktai, shot by the bow, named Gandiva, Vishikhai by the arrows, Upahare shall present to you, Tva yourself, Akramya riding on it, Yat which, Snasyasi take your bath, Dagda Putra after burning the sons. O gentle lady, when I when I present you with the head of that Brahmana, after beheading him with arrows from my Gandiva bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your son's body, you can take your bath standing on his head. An enemy who sets fire to the house, administers poison, attacks all of a sudden with deadly weapons, plunders wealth or usurps agricultural fields, or entices one's wife is called an aggressor. Such an aggressor, though he be a Brahmana or a so called son of a Brahmana, has to be punished in all circumstances. When Arjun promised to behead the aggressor named Ashwathama, he knew well that Ashwathama was the son of a Brahmana. But because the so called Brahmana acted like a butcher, he was taken as such. And there was no question of sin in killing such a Brahmana's son who proved to be a villain. Here, uh, तदाशुचस्ते प्रमृजामि भद्रे यद्ब्रह्मबन्धो शिराततायिना गाण्डीवमुक्तैर्विशिखैरुपहरे तवाक्रम्य O gentle lady, when I present you with the head of head of that Brahmana, after beheading with arrows from my Gandhi bow, I shall then wipe the tears from your eyes and pacify you. Then, after burning your son's bodies, you can take your bath standing on his head. तदाशुषस्ते प्रमृजामि भद्रे यद्ब्रह्मबन्धो शिराततायिना गाण्डीव मुक्तैर्विशिखै उपाहरे स्वाक्रम्य यत्स्नास्वसि दग्धपुत्रा. So, Yad Brahma Bandhu, Brahma Bandhu or Kshatra Bandhu, a person born in the family of a Brahmana but has no Brahmanical qualifications, he is called Brahma Bandhu, friend of a Brahman. Bandhu means friend. A person, a man, his father is High Court judge. There is no harm that he belongs to the family of such High Court judge. But that does not mean that he is High Court judge. This should be noted. That is the difference. Brahman and Brahma Bandhu. Brahman means Guna Karma Vibhagasha. He must have the quality. Shamo Dama Shaucham Pratiksha Arjavam Jnanam Vijnanam Astikyam Brahma Karma Savavajam. He must be self-controlled. controlling the mind and senses. Then very clean, shaucham, satyam shaucham. Then titiksha, tolerant, arjavam, very simple, no duplicity. Simple, arjavam, jnanam, full of knowledge, vijnanam, knowledge applied in practical life. This is vijnanam. Just like we call science. Science means to know the things correctly and by practical experiment to understand the things correctly. That is vijnanam. Jnanam means theoretical knowledge and vijnanam means practical application of the knowledge. Simply, if I know this is the qualification of a Brahman, but there is no practical application, that will not do. One must pass the engineering examination and work as engineer, then he is called an engineer. One has passed the law examination and is practicing in the court, then he is lawyer. Two things required. Similarly, all these Varna Vibhag, divisions of Varnas, Guna, Karma, Vibhagasha. Guna means he must have the necessary quality. At the same time, he must work with that quality. Then he is Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So here, Ashwatthama, he is born of a Brahman father, but his work has been proved just like a butcher. Therefore, he is called Brahma Bandhu. He is not called a Brahman. Brahma Bandhu. Brahma Bandhu Shira Adataina. Adataina aggressor. A Brahman does not require to kill a person with weapon. No. That is Kshatriya's business. If one is actually a Brahman, of course, in the Kali Yuga, such Brahman is not to be found. Is simply curse is sufficient to kill a man. If a Brahmana curses somebody, just like Maharaj Parikshit, he was cursed by a Brahmana's son. Means not fully Brahmana, not Guruna, a child, a boy 12 years old. He cursed Parikshit Maharaj that within 7 days you will be bitten by a serpent. And it came to be true. So Brahman does not require any sword or any arrow to kill a man. His very word is sufficient. Therefore, when somebody was to be killed, the Brahman would bring him to the Kshatriya and not killing himself by weapon. Just like Vishwamitra, he wanted to kill one Rakshasi. He came to Maharaj Dashrath, Kshatriya, to do the business of killing. There are so many. That is the Shastric evidences. So here, a Brahmana, a Brahma Bandhu, Ashwatthama, was born of a Brahmana, Dronacharya, but he killed the 5 sons of Draupadi most abominably. And when they were sleeping. So what to speak of Brahmana is less than a Kshatriya even, because a Kshatriya also do not kill anybody while one is sleeping. A Kshatriya challenges, offers him weapons, fights, and then one of them is killed. Okay? That is Kshatriya Dharma. So here it is Brahma Bandho Adataina. Adataina means aggressor. Anyone who kidnaps one's wife is called an aggressor. One who sets fire in your house is aggressor. One who is coming to kill you with weapon is aggressor. In this way, there is a list of aggressions. So aggressor can be killed immediately. If somebody is aggressor, there is no sin in killing aggressor. Enemy who sets fire to the house, administers poison, attacks all of a sudden with deadly weapon, plunders wealth or usurps agricultural field or entices one's wife is called an aggressor. Everything. This is Vedic knowledge. Everything has got definition. So this Ashwatthama was an aggressor. Therefore Arjun decided to kill him. Although he is born in a Brahmin family, naturally a person born in a Brahmin family is expected to become a Brahman by qualification. That was the training. The Brahmachari. Generally the sons of Brahman and Kshatriyas, especially these two sects, up to the Vaishya, they are trained up as Brahmachari. And Shudras were not interested. The door is open for everyone, but the lower class, except Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, they are not interested to become Brahmachari, or their parents are not interested. Just like we are going to open this Brahmachari school or ashram, But I am doubtful whether we'll get many children because in this age, people are interested to become Shudras. Nobody is interested to become Brahmana. Technology. Technology means Shudra. Technology is not the business of a Brahmana, Kshatriya or Vaishya. No. Just like blacksmith, goldsmith, carpenter, craftsman, these are technology. They are meant for the Shudras. Brahmanas, they have to be trained up how to become truthful, how to become controller of the senses, how to become simple, how to become tolerant. In this way, Kshatriya, how to become strong, stout, brave, no going away when there is a challenge, not to go away from fighting, to possess land, rule over Ishvara Bhavasya, and charity. These are the Kshatriya qualifications. The charity was given by the Kshatriya. Even there are instances that Mohammedan rulers in this country, they also gave in charity uh, land and temple in Vrindavan. There are many instances. Aurangzeb gave some land, Jahangir gave some land. There is still one temple. It was constructed by Jahangir, and the other side of the Jamuna, there is a village called Jahangirpur. That village was given to the Brahmanas for maintaining the temple. The charity, that is Kshatriya's business, and performs yagyas, giving charity to rule, not to go away from fighting, challenge, very strong, stout. These are Kshatriya qualification. And the Vaishya qualification, agriculture, Krushi, Goraksha, and cow protection. Krushi, Goraksha, Vanijjam. And if there is excess, then Vanijya trade. Otherwise, there is no question of trade. And Vaishya and Shudra, Paricharyatmakam karma, Vaishya karma sabhavajam, Shudra karma sabhavajam, to work for some payment. That is black. So that is this blacksmith, goldsmith, weaver. So you take some work from him and pay him something, maintain him. That is Shudra. So in the Shastra it is said, Kalo Shudra Sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, almost everyone is a Shudra. You'll find they are interested in accepting some service. Even one is born of a Brahman family, is looking after some good job. That is Shudra mentality. That is not Brahmana's business. Brahmana will not accept anyone's service, neither the Kshatriyas, neither the Vaishyas, only Shudras. So considering all these points, Ashwatthama is accepted here as Brahma Bandhu and at the same time his aggressor. Brahma Bandhu Atatayina. Therefore Arjun promised, I shall kill him. Arjun did not promise to kill a Brahman. No, that was not his business because he is proved to be a Brahma Bandhu and Atatayina is deserved to be killed. Therefore it is sanctioned. So next verse you can read. This verse is finished. We will begin the next verse also. Iti priyambal vichitra jalpai sasantvayitva chutamitra sutam anvadra vaddam shita ugradhanva kapidhvajo guruputram rathena. Iti thus priyam unto the deer, Valgu sweet, Vichitra variegated, Jalpai by statements, Sahi Santvaitva satisfying, Achyuta Mitra Sutaha, Arjun who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, Anvadravat followed, Damshita being protected by Kavach, Ugra Dhanva, equipped with furious weapons, Kapidwaja Arjuna, Guru Putram, the son of the martial teacher, Rathena, getting on the chariot. Arjun, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfied the dear lady by such statements. Then he dressed in armor and armed himself with furious weapons, and getting into his chariot, he set out to follow Ashwatthama, the son of his martial teacher. इति प्रियं बल्ब विचित्र जल्पै स शान्तयित्वाच्युतमित्र सूता अन्वाद्रवद्धं शितौग्रधन्वा कपिध्वजो गुरुपुत्रं रथेन. Arjuna, who is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver, thus satisfy the dear lady by such statements. Then he dressed in armor and armed himself with furious weapons, and getting into a chariot, he set out to follow Ashwatthama, the son of his master teacher. So Arjuna is guided by the infallible Lord as friend and driver. Krishna's name is Achyuta. Achyuta means fallen. Achyuta means never fallen. The Mayavadi philosophers, they foolishly say that when God becomes entangled by Maya, he becomes a living entity. Jiva Bhuta. Jiva means when he forgets that he is God, then he becomes a Jiva, living entity. This is Mayavad philosophy. But how God can degrade to become a man or an animal? He is Achyuta. He never falls. Otherwise, how he is God? If God also falls, just like we fall down, Ashwatthama is son of a Brahmana, but is fallen to become a butcher because he is a living being. He is different from God. In another place, we find Krishna says to Arjuna that both Arjuna and Krishna was present when the Bhagavad Gita instruction was given to Sun God billions of years ago. Krishna said that you have forgotten. I did not. So this is Achyuta. He never falls down from any standard. He is always perfect, complete. So one who is not complete is Jiva. Anu and Vibhu. Vibhu, there are many examples. Just like fire, blazing fire, you have got experience. And there are sparks. The sparks fall down sometimes and become extinguished without any illumination, without any burning power. When so long the spark is within the fire, it has got the same quality, illumination and burning quality. But as soon as spark falls down, it is extinguished. No more illumination, no more burning power. So our position is like that. Although we are part and parcel of God. Mamai Mahansho Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. Because we have Chuta fallen down from our spiritual atmosphere. Just like spiritual atmosphere, Krishna's friends, coward boys, they are playing with Krishna. That is also playing. And here in this material world, the boys, they also play football. But these two plays are different. One is spiritual, another is material. The same example, the spark. When it is with the fire, it is illuminating and burning. But when the sparks fall down, they may fall down on the ground. There are three chances. One chance is the spark falls upon dry grass and then there is fire. As soon as the spark falls down on the dry grass, there is fire for some time. And when the spark falls down on the ground, it is extinguished. And when the fire spark falls down on the water, then it is not only extinguished, it becomes no more inflammable. Very difficult to inflame. Similarly, when we fall down from the fire, spiritual world, we associate with three qualities. Purusha prakriti stohi bhunte prakriti jan guna. So this is the statement of Bhagavad Gita. Prakriti jan guna. In the prakriti, in this material world, there are three modes of material nature. Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamogun. So there is chance. When you fall down, you can fall down anywhere. This example, the same example. A spark fall down from the original fire. It can fall down on the dry grass. It can fall down on the water. It can fall down on the ground. There are three chances. Similarly, when the living entity, originally part and parcel of God, the same quality, not the same quantity, just like this spark and fire. So they are same quality, but not same quantity. Fire is very big. Therefore, the big fire is Achyuta. It is never degraded. But the small fire is degraded. So when Krishna comes, big fire comes. He is not degraded. He is Achyuta. He don't think that because Krishna has come in this material world, so he is also affected by the material qualities. No. In Bhagavad it is said, Etat Ishanam Ishasya. This is controlling power. Although he comes in this material world, he is not affected by the material qualities. He is not fallible. He is Achyuta. Therefore, Krishna is described as Achyuta. When Arjuna was asking Krishna to move his chariot, he addressed him as Achyuta. Senayoruvayormadhe ratham sthapayame Achyuta. Why Achyuta? Because Krishna is the Supreme Lord and Arjuna is living being, entity. Arjuna is servant and Krishna is the master. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishna Nityadas. How the servant can order the master? It is not etiquette. Neither it is possible. Therefore, Arjuna reminded Krishna, Achyuta. My dear friend, you are Achyuta, never fallible. You promised that you shall drive my chariot. So now, because you are my driver, I am asking you to follow my order. Don't be sorry, Achyuta. This is the purpose. Therefore, Senayor Uvayor Madhe Ratham Sthapayame Achyuta. In this we find Krishna never failed in his promise. He remained always obedient. When he was pierced with arrows, sometimes the chariot driver is killed. The horses are killed to make the enemy inactive. Because without horses, without chariot driver, how he can drive? So Krishna is Achyuta. He never falls. So this is a false theory that when God falls down, he becomes a jiva. And when he is again revived in his original position, he becomes God. This is a nonsense theory. It has no meaning. God never falls down. But rascals, avajananti mamudha manasham tanamashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhutameshwaram. Bhagavad Gita 9:11. Because they are rascals. They think Krishna as ordinary human being. Avajananti mamudha. Therefore, Krishna's Leela in Vrindavan, so many rascals, they think that Krishna is dealing with the gopis is the same as one young man or young boy plays with other young girls. No, they are different. Ananda Chinmay Rasa Pratibhabhitavi. This dealing in this material world between young boys and young girls, they are material. They are simply a reflection of the original dealings. The verse in the Vedanta Sutra, Janma Dasya Yataha, from Brahman, everything is emanating. Without being in Brahman, nothing can be manifest or existing within this world. So these love affairs between young girls and young boys is there in Brahman. That is the dealing of Krishna and the gopis. So that dealing is pervertedly reflected within this material world. It is not the same thing. It is different. But those who are not in the knowledge, they take it that the dealings, Idam, Vishnu, the Vrajavadu, it is so nice that actually if one hears about the dealings of the Gopis and Krishna, then he becomes so elevated in devotion that he forgets the lusty dealings between man and woman. That is the result. It is said in Bhagavatam, Vikriditam Vrajavadabhiridam cha Vishnu Shadhan Vitu Anushrunaya Rathavarnayedya Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam Rudrogama Shwapahinoti Achirena Dhira. If one is eligible to hear the dealings of Gopis and Krishna, the result will be he'll forget the lusty desires of this material world. Therefore, it is not at all forbidden. These dealings of Gopis and Krishna is meant for the liberated person. They can hear, not the ordinary persons. Therefore, this Krishna Lila is given in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So don't jump over. First of all, you try to understand Krishna, Achyuta. Janma dasyato anvayaditadashtesha vijnasvara ene brahma hridaya adi kubai muyanti suraya tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra sargam mrisha Namna Svena Sada Nirastatokam Satyam Param Dhimahi. To understand Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita is the ABCD, and Srimad Bhagavatam begins when one is actually Krishna conscious. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tam Sarupapebhyo Moksheshami Ma Shuchaha. Then Srimad Bhagavatam begins. So don't jump over the Krishna Lila or jump over Radha Kunda unless you are a liberated person. This instruction means Achyuta. You must be also Achyuta, not falling down from the standard of devotional service. Achyuta Gotra. A Vaishnava, when he is asked about his identification, he gives Achyuta Gotra. Now I belong to the Achyuta, not to my original family. Therefore, for a sannyasi, when he is asked, what is your identification? It is said, Purvashram. Purvashram means formerly I belong to such and such family. Now I belong to the family of Krishna, Achyuta Gotra. This is the etiquette. One should not, sannyasi should not be inquired about his identification because he has given up the family relationship. So he should not be bothered. That is not etiquette. Even somebody inquires, you should inquire like that, Purvashram. What was your Purvashram? Before taking sannyas, what was your identification? So to take sannyas means to become in the family of Achyuta. Achyuta Gotra. Gotra means family. In Indian system, there are Gotras of big rishis names. Gautam Gotra, Kashyap Gotra, Vashishta Gotra, like that. So they are coming in different situation of family. All of them were grastas. Some of them are coming from the family and some of them are coming from disciplic succession. But both of them are of the same Gotra. So therefore it is understood. Achyuta Gotra. Those who are renounced order of life, they are called Achyuta Gotra. Thank you very much. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. So tomorrow we'll have the verse number 18. Verse number 18.
Sure, Maharaj. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare. Hare.